Spoiler warning. Please don't watch this if you're going to play the game and figure it out yourself. I'm serious. If you don't want to know what happens in the game, this is the worst video to watch right now. You have been warned. If you watched the past 3 videos, you know I've done some guesswork before finishing it. This is the conclusion. Everything from the mystery of the Crimson Astronaut to the dark events that took place between the crewmates and the base. If you don't understand what's going on, you can watch parts 1 through 3 up here. It's up there in the iCard. But for those of you who are back and watched those videos already, we're going to be answering this big question. Why was there disloyalty between everyone? Well, I'm going to show you everything. Remember that red safe I told you about? I figured out what the code was, and time for the big reveal. Yeah, it's not much. I scanned the card and examined the drive. It had a red chess piece. Okay, what the
Baba Booey
was that? So it seems my theory on Sasha trying to tell us something might be right. She kept leaving messages for me and I kept getting more and more confused. But it meant something. And when I was taken down to their quarters, we encountered something big. There were weird, green glowing things hanging off the ceiling. At that point, I'm kind of considering the fact that maybe we got ourselves some aliens here. We entered the meeting room, and we could see that there were 4 rooms. Stas, Nikolai's, Irina's, and Olga's. But no Sasha? I decided to enter Stas's room first, and it was a mess in there. Surprisingly, a red barrier covered part of a wall. I saw a photo of Irina and some stuff floating near it. Seeing a chessboard on the wall, I immediately knew that I needed a chess piece. I left the room and went into Nikolai's room. I opened the door and I was blown away by the looks of his room. This guy was important. Seriously, if someone has their own murals and propaganda posters, you know they're important. The big thing I noticed is that there was a working TV in front of his room with a port to insert tapes. I played a tape that showed a small robot with a top. And that's it. I'm not sure what it may mean. I'm going to save that for a future theory if I figure it out. Moving on, I looked around to see if there were any more tapes or pieces of evidence, and well, I accidentally stumbled upon a humongous piece of evidence. Cue the music. Ugh. Give me a second. Where's the music, Bob? I told you to cue your music when I give the signal. Sorry. I was busy finding some sound effects for this script. What's the cue again? I literally said, cue the music. Wait, that was the signal? Yep, now start it already. There was this piece of art on a wall that had buttons. I didn't think it was anything important. I thought I was there as a troll or to misdirect us from the important stuff. But nope, I was wrong. Dead wrong. I was only playing around with the buttons, and boom! A secret door opened. Secret door means secret stuff. Are you hiding anyone in there, Nikolai? I entered the room, and it spelled bad guy right from the start. There were 5 monitors which showed a live feed of each person's room. Very Snoopy there, Nikolai. The whole room was full of answers to my questions. On a desk, I found a tape that confirmed everything. Well, one big thing. Why that filthy? What the heck was that, Gabriel? I have to censor those words. Don't do that again. Okay. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Alright, back on track. It seems we found our murderer. Ah, come on. It seems we found our murderer. Nikolai. The man who killed Stas. We're not done here. This security guard had more blood on his hands. In a locker, I found 2 photos. One of Stas, dead. One with Irina, dead. Mr. Nikolai, you are evil and killed 2 people. You killed Stas and Irina. How do you plead? What did you do to Olga and Sasha? We'll get to that. As if that wasn't enough, I found another red drive that looked similar to the first one Sasha appeared in. Oh boy, I still get chills thinking about it. I think we can all agree that Sasha was trying to say something, right? I'm not the only one noticing that she sat those up at specific locations connected to Nikolai. It seems Nikolai did more than kill Stas and Irina. The last thing I found was a handle, which revealed another room, Olga's. Okay, why? Why? You already have security cams if you want to keep an eye on her, but why do you need a peephole? You know what? I don't want to know. I managed to get Olga's ID thanks to the peephole, and I was surprised to see a chess piece. Finally, something juicy on Olga. We might be gaining some information about her. I entered her room, and... okay, this might creep you out. Just listen to the clip. Yeah, crying. I didn't know what this meant at first. It came out of nowhere. I finally learned something about Olga. And yeah, she's important. Not only is she super smart and earned a lot of awards, but she also seemed to have a connection to Nikolai, or Nikolai had a connection to her. You'll see why. Olga also seemed to be best friends with Irina and probably Stas too. But the big question is, why were there echoes of crying in the background? It all led to this, one chess piece. When I took it back to Stas's room, I placed it on the chessboard, and a tunnel opened up. And I was shocked to see that my theory on Sasha being the red astronaut was starting to have legs to stand on. I walked through the tunnel to see a bunch of secrets. Information that changed everything. I opened the tunnel and I saw pictures of Olga. One was a drawing of Olga turning her back on Irina. There was a TV that said, "Betrayal." The next TV showed Olga talking to Nikolai. The last piece we were introduced to showed us something about Olga. An image of Nikolai about to poison Irina. What does this have to do with Olga? I first need to explain something. I should have mentioned this earlier. Why Nikolai killed Stas and Irina. As you know, Irina was experimenting with the red matter. When Irina explained to Nikolai that it's dangerous, Nikolai was like, "Dangerous, you say? Keep experimenting. I'm definitely not going to murder you and your boyfriend. just do it." Irina told Stas what was going on and told him they needed to do something or else everyone would be in danger. In Stas's room, there was a whole relay of messages of them talking. To make a long conversation short, Stas said they needed to take action, and Nikolai was informed by Olga, and Nikolai killed them both. Of course, Olga regretted her decision. That's why there were echoes of crying. She was heartbroken to see her best friends killed by Nikolai. The big thing I want to know, where was Sasha in all of this? She didn't seem to have any connections to Nikolai, Stas, Olga, or Irina that we know of. One big thing we should remember is that the pictures that she was included in were blurred out. We never get to see her identity. Back to the tunnel. We entered an area beyond the bunkers. I soon noticed that there was a room for Sasha. Her room was right next to the lab. I wonder if there was anything important in there. Yeah, nothing much. I found her ID and a bunch of drawings of chess pieces. I opened the door to the lab, and everything in the lab was pretty interesting. I found some designs in the room, and to make this short, Sasha was experimenting with teleportation technology. Interesting. After solving a long puzzle, I was able to activate the teleportation pods. The cool thing is that the documents I needed to grab and send to the Astrian Union were right next to the second pod. I entered the first pod, and this happened. This is different. We were in a pod, looking at a man sitting at a desk. Okay. First off, who was this guy? Why were we seeing some guy sitting at a desk? Honestly, I don't know. We continue.
The documents. Now scan them quickly.
Don't even think about it. I wasn't going to cuss. Just get back to the video. I want to go home already. For about a minute, she stood there staring at me. I was creeped out. She soon pointed over my shoulder. I looked behind to see a red barrier. I walked up and grabbed a chess piece. I looked back, and of course, Sasha had
disappear.
Why are you saying it like that?
For effect.
If you're trying to be a friend, Sasha, you need to stop being sneaky like that. It's creepy. Back to the video. I opened the tunnel, I was finally revealed information about Sasha. Finally. As I walked through, I saw screens with words saying, "They escaped." Others showed Olga and Nikolai in a ship. The deeper I went, the creepier it got. One section of the tunnel revealed what happened to Sasha. The screen said, "Sasha, left behind." Sasha was abandoned, left alone on a moon, with a dangerous red parasite in the base. It all makes sense. The astronaut is Sasha. It's always been Sasha. I was an ally to her. She was telling me what happened. But there's more. I was introduced to a new thing. On a screen in the tunnel, there was a message saying, "Then the others came." What others? Who are the others? In the tunnel, the only piece of evidence that probably supports this was when I was standing in an open area. There were messages saying, "Don't listen to him," and "Keep the secret." There were screens with an eye staring at me, but I wasn't focused on that. It's creepy. I was more focused on the screen showing a briefing about Sasha. What did it mean? As I continued through the tunnel, I finally reached the end. I walked out, and when I approached the elevator, the red matter started spreading and consuming the whole bottom level. I needed to transmit the documents through the Eastern Union. I entered the room and set up the antenna. After some adjustments, I established a connection, and right when I was about to send the documents, Sasha appeared.
No, what happened? Where is the information? Someone better have an explanation. Epsilon? Epsilon!
Okay, first, you act all creepy and you disconnect my radio every time you're near me. And now you're giving me a chess piece? What are you trying to tell me? I opened a barrier and I was taken down through the red void that I always go through. As I descend down the void, the TV screens repeatedly showed the message, "Wake up, Sasha." That's all they showed. Let me just say this. This is one of the most confusing things ever. Isn't the astronaut Sasha? Sasha is talking to me, right? This just keeps getting more confusing. I'm let out of the base and I could see Sasha pointing at the antenna. On my translator, it said, "Go to the antenna." I walked over to the antenna. Just then, something happened that revealed everything. This moment answered all the questions I had. Everything that was confusing was answered. The Austrian man who was talking to me the whole time was not part of the Austrian Union. Listen to the clip.
Nothing. I'm offline. I've lost all contact with the subject. You can't lose this thing now that we're so close. No.
Doctor,
Mind telling me what the hell is going on?
the subject is rejecting the simulation. We're losing them.
I didn't come this far just to lose what's inside that skull. Nurse! Nurse!
I would advise rolling back the simulation to a stable point in time, Doctor.
Hell, not on my watch. We'd never gotten this far. I need you to send me back now.
But Doctor, the subject is taking over control of the simulation. If you sink now, you'll risk getting trapped.
You think I don't know that? I designed the protocol, lady. I know Sasha Riss. I know how that mind works. I can regain control.
If you're a bit confused, let me simplify it for you. The narrator was a doctor, and what was going on here was that they were connected to someone's mind, Sasha's mind. They tapped into her mind and created a simulation, making her believe she was an agent for the Austrian Union, investigating a Volgravian base. This explained everything. First off, the reason she was leaving messages and being subtle about everything was to make sure the doctor didn't notice anything. Sasha's mind was split into two, the agent and the astronaut. Next, people from the Volgravian Republic did come and actually took Sasha back. She knew a lot about the red matter, and instead of interrogating her, they just hacked into her mind and tried to trick her into giving them the information. And lastly, she was telling me to pull the plug.
Epsilon, listen up. This is important. Stop whatever it is you're doing. You're jeopardizing both yourself and the mission. No, Epsilon, don't do it! Don't go any further! Sasha, be straight. Please!
The simulation has ended. Can you hear me, Professor? I regret to inform that the subject, Sasha Riss, did not survive the transition. Are you alright? Professor, you're probably feeling a little confused after severing the connection. Don't worry, I'm here to help you. Once you've assimilated what has happened, press the button to your left. I'll be waiting on the other side. Slava, comrade.
And that's the dark conclusion of Red Matter. Stas and Irina died trying to defect and protect everyone from the Red Matter. Olga was manipulated and regretted everything she did. And Sasha sacrificed her life to keep any information about the Red Matter hidden and forgotten forever. This whole thing was amazing and interesting. The story did a great job of keeping me hooked and surprised the whole time. So much mystery was involved, and it was a great way to give you that feeling to want more. And this is where I explained why there might be, or at least should be, a second game to continue the story. It made me only want more, and there were a lot of questions popping up in my head. Who were that man and woman? What happened to Nikolai and Olga? And what were they going to do with the Red Matter? I think if they do a second game, the Volgravian Republic will try to acquire and use the Red Matter. They tried to take it from Sasha, and now that she's dead, they'll have to go to the source. The Austrian Union might get involved too. That would be actually really cool. If they continue the story, there could be a threat. And no, it's not just the Red Matter. It's Nikolai. Nikolai escaped. He flew back to the Volgravian Republic, and he is a survivor. He was so loyal, he was willing to kill anyone who disobeyed. If the Volgravian Republic tries to go back, they might send Nikolai as a guide with a crew including Olga. If they go back, Nikolai could be leading them straight to their death. But is there a silver lining to this theoretical ending? Yes. Someone might step up. Someone might realize the wrong going on with Nikolai and put a stop to him. Olga. She's done things she'll never forgive herself for. She will realize it's time to finally stand up. Be the hero. She will fight back. I don't know what might happen. There's no talk from developers about a second game, and I'm just frustrated that nothing's going to happen. Come on, Vertical Robot. Please at least say something. I want to know if you are working on it, or not. Please, just say something. In the end, Red Matter was an extremely fun game. I highly recommend it. Please play it if you like a good puzzle game, a fun mystery, and you're okay with spooky themes, even though it just spoiled everything. Playing it is way better than hearing a teenager talk about it and trying to make predictions. This was fun, so expect more videos like this. Remember, expect the unexpected. Cue it, Bob. Heck yeah.